Today I'm going to Disney World. To you, this part of the video is a quick few seconds, but to me this was a long, painful 3.5-hour drive to get to the Salt Lake City airport. Oh look, that's definitely the plane I'm on and not somebody else's, I swear. Enjoy the view without the crying babies. Just landed in Orlando. It's 12:30 a.m. Today we're going to go for a water day. Kind of a restful thing because we had such a hard day traveling. It was something like 12 hours of travel yesterday. So I'm in my groovy looking water clothes. We spent the day at Typhoon Lagoon, and while I wanted to get some pictures, I felt creepy about holding my camera and filming people in their swimsuits. So instead, here's some AI-generated art about the lazy river at Typhoon Lagoon. They didn't get it right, but it's good enough. We're going to spend time at Epcot, and I anticipate walking about 1,000 miles because we're at Disney. That's the way it goes. So, not an advertisement, but a strong recommendation for this product. Body Glide. Comes in like a deodorant-like stick, and if you get chub rub like I do, then this is the product for you. If you need to ask where it goes, you probably don't need it. We're ready to go to Epcot. I've got the backpack because I'm the pack mule of the family. The backpack weighs about 50 pounds, I'm sure. And then I've got my hat, and I'm all sunscreened up because I am not going to get skin cancer later in life. It's important stuff. I know, I look really cool. Obligatory driving under the Walt Disney World sign, less obligatory driving under the Epcot sign. This was our intro to Epcot with Spaceship Earth, or the big golf ball. Just trying to catch up with my family. They got in before me, I had to stop at the bag check. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is even better than California Space Mountain. Music is too tense to be standing in line for 20 minutes. That's definitely my train and not somebody else's, I swear. Filming on that ride is strictly prohibited, but I'm sure you can find it on YouTube anyway. Awesome ride, though. I love that ride. Mission Space, not my favorite. My daughter loves it though. As you can tell, I am crazy for Epcot's creative topiaries. I love the attention to detail on the park, and someday I will come here alone to take it all in. Not to ride any rides, just to slow down and drink in the art and architecture I've never spent the time to enjoy. It's usually a race from one ride to the next. With my family, we might make a quick stop in an area to look around and say, yes, this is the Morocco Pavilion, very nice. This trip was a rush too, to only the favorite things, and that meant Guardians, Mission Space, Remy, and of course, food from the France Pavilion. Next, it was on to Hollywood Studios. Hidden Mickey, did you find it? Let's see if you can still find it. This is in the line for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Of course we went on Tower of Terror, then it was time for Fantasmic, and I loved every over-the-top second of it, except it was a little wet. We're closing down the parks. I am exhausted. We are Disney Vacation Club members, so we stayed at the Animal Kingdom Lodge for our last 2 days of this trip. My wife stayed at Kidani Village with 2 of our children, and I stayed at Jumbo House with our other child in a DVC value studio because we couldn't afford to all stay together on the points that we had. Jumbo House was gorgeous and comfortable and provides quick access to the parks via resort buses. I did have one complaint concerning noise. The family next door had little kids. I'm a father myself, so I know that vacations can be stressful. Our neighbor's kids had a few stressful moments, which we could hear because the doors separating our rooms did not provide adequate noise insulation. To the family next door, I have no hard feelings towards you. I've been there. I hope you all had a great time, and I hope your kids always remember how much you love to spend quality time together, and it's such a magical place. I'm only saying that Disney's walls were thin enough that while I brushed my teeth, I could hear the kids saying they wanted French toast, even though you made pancakes. I had a little cough in the morning, so I wore a mask on my way to Magic Kingdom. Some things were a bit disappointing, but on the whole I was not displeased. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad has always been a favorite of mine. Yes, this is the dorkiest I have ever looked, but that is the face of pure joy. We saw some things we have never gotten to see before, and then it was time for Tron, the one we were looking forward to most that day, which is a crazy fast ride. This is the most uncomfortable ride I have ever been on. They have you lying almost horizontal on these motorbikes, and the thing that should be the gas tank sticks into your gut like this. And then they've got handlebars that you have to pull really hard to get the back brace down on your back to keep you safely in the ride. And I saw a lot of little kids especially just straining to get that thing down. And the helper would come over and gently lower it for them. And so when I saw that, I thought I better pull pretty hard. Ow, that kind of hurt. That was not the bad part. The bad part was that you're lying like this, almost horizontal. I can't do horizontal, you can see. And you have to raise your head up in order to see anything. And by the end of that 1 minute ride, I had this crick in my neck. It kind of hurt. That was the bad part. As uncomfortable as that ride made me, this ride makes some people even more uncomfortable. We finished the day by watching fireworks in front of the castle, but I wish we had gotten there a little sooner so we could have gotten a better view. And then it was time to go to Animal Kingdom, which has something for everybody. Some like rides, some like animals. We like them both. This is my ex-girlfriend. The Kilimanjaro Safari was great. The animals were out in force, and this was probably the most animals I've ever seen on that safari. Then it was time to eat. On to Avatar. And finally, it was time to go home. My flight home with JetBlue is delayed. The flight was canceled. Let's talk about what happens when your flight is canceled. So, I went downstairs to the ticketing desk for JetBlue, had to drag all my luggage, so they kind of said, there's nothing we can really do, we can put you on another flight, which is 5 days from now. That was the soonest they could get me out of there. So I said, that's not going to work for me. What if I were to drive to another airport? And they said, yes, you could do that. There's one in Fort Lauderdale, which, if you don't know, is about 3.5 hours from Orlando. And that one will leave in 2 days' time, which is better than 5 days. So I said, I'll take it for me and my party of 5. Which means I had to go right back out to the car rental desk where I just returned a car, get another car. I had to call around for hotels, get another hotel. So then we drove to our hotel, and the next day we just spent in the hotel. At the end of the night, my wife decided we should do something besides mope around the hotel room, and that we should add a little more Disney magic to our day. So we drove to Disney Springs and took a bus to the Polynesian, where we watched the fireworks from across the lake. After that, we had a Dole Whip at the Pineapple Lanai, and we stopped in the gift shop even though we didn't intend to buy anything. Because it's Florida, the next day was full of rain and thunder and lightning, but we didn't have any outdoor activities planned. Our only plan was to catch our rescheduled flight in Fort Lauderdale. It was a beautiful drive until about 2.5 hours down the road when we stopped for burgers and learned that that rescheduled flight had also been canceled. At that point, we gave up on JetBlue. We spent double the money to get a last-minute flight on Southwest so we could actually get home. We had to extend our rental car and our hotel, and we were greeted by more snow when we got back to our home state. We should have just stayed in Florida. Line for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Can't keep filming like this. I'm full.
That's in the line for Minnie and Mickey's Runaway Railroad. I'm gonna do a take 2. Disney magic to the end. They have you lying almost vertical. Like that. So we stayed at Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
That's in the line for Minnie and Mickey's Runaway Railroad. I think I said that right. We're gonna do take 9, okay? I can do this.